You want to know the exact method and script on how to negotiate your job offers? My name is Rosie and I have 8 years of experience working in consulting and tech, and I've successfully negotiated all 4 of my job offers. Today I'm going to show you 5 practical tips on how you can do it too. Did you know that multiple studies have shown that women lose out on $1 to $1.5 million in lifetime earnings by not negotiating? So my first tip, and it's actually a rule, you need to always negotiate. There are 0 exceptions. Best case, you get a better offer. And worst case, you accept the offer that was already provided. So it's a win-win scenario. My next tip is never give your number first. Never reveal what salary you're making. In most cases, it is literally illegal for companies to ask you how much you're making. And never tell companies what is the salary you will sign the offer for. Why? Information is power. Companies do not usually disclose what their salary band is, and neither should you. So how should you answer the salary expectations question? First, here's what you don't say. I'm looking to make $100,000. This is what you should say instead. So what are your salary expectations for this role? I don't have any particular numbers in mind. I'm more interested in learning more about the company and fit before we discuss salary. I'm happy to discuss a fair compensation package further down the line once I understand more about the role. So why is this answer better? The first answer, where you say you're looking for $100,000, you might be really selling yourself short. A lot of women and people of color tend to underprice themselves. What if the company's salary range was actually $90,000 to $120,000? You just underpriced yourself $20K by spitting out your number first. So never say your number first. Knowledge is power. Do not give them the power. What if they keep pushing for what my salary expectations are? So if they do, this is what you should be answering with. Can you tell me your salary expectations? Because I want to make sure we're on the same page for salary and compensation before we take you further down the interview path. I completely agree that it's important to be on the same page when it comes to compensation, but I really need to learn more about the role and the team before I can tell you what a fair number is. And if the going gets tough and they keep pushing, this is what you should say. Unfortunately, I really can't continue the interview process unless I know your salary expectations. Can you give me a rough number? That's fair. However, without knowing the details of the role, culture, and team, I can't really give an exact number. But a competitive salary for a backup Beyoncé dancer in Toronto, Canada is approximately $100,000, so I'd like to start there. Before you give your approximate salary number, you need to do your research. Look at Glassdoor, look at PayScale, look at Monster and Levels FYI, all the different salary websites to get a number. And you also need to account for inflation, cost of living, and maybe add 10 to 20% to the average that you find. Because remember, you're looking for a competitive salary. And also, some salary data websites have data added from 5-10 years ago, and they don't account for inflation. So make sure your numbers reflect accurately inflation and especially your cost of living. It's more expensive to live in Toronto, New York versus smaller towns or cities. So definitely keep that in mind when you give them a number. Okay, so now you know that you should not be sharing your number with them during the initial interview process. But what about when you go through the entire process and they give you an offer? Should you share your number then? So typically, interviewers and recruiters will share the final number over the phone in hopes that A, you'll immediately accept it and ask, when can you start? Or B, you make their lives easier by spitting out a counter offer right there on the phone because you were nervous, you're not prepared, or etc. So this is what you should do when a recruiter finally gives you an offer over the phone. Do not accept it outright. Be positive. Thank them for taking the time, letting the team provide all the feedback for your interview, and giving you this offer. Now, this is really important to let them know that you'll be carefully considering the offer, because you do not want to negotiate on the phone if it's your first time negotiating or you're uncomfortable with negotiating. Now, it's really important that you let them know you'll be getting back to them. The ball is in your court. Use it to your advantage. If you're comfortable negotiating over the phone, do that. But if you're not really comfortable negotiating, use email. Let them know you'll respond via email. Email is a great way to respond to a negotiation, especially if you're nervous and don't know what to say. You can get your family and friends to help you review your email before you send it to the recruiter. And maybe you could ask ChatGPT what to say. I don't know, doesn't hurt. So here's what that conversation looks like over the phone. Congratulations! We want to hire you and we're offering you a salary of $100,000. So what do you think? I am so thrilled and honored at the possibility of joining your team. Thank you so much for sharing this information. Would it be possible to share the details of this offer over email? I'd love to look it over and get back to you with my thoughts and any questions. Also, don't forget to get everything in writing. Sometimes recruiter may have selective amnesia if they say something over the phone, so you want to be really clear with your offer or contract that you get everything they say over the phone in writing and email. So ask them to send you an email. Next tip is always try to get 2 offers. Why? Recruiters will know you are hot in demand if you have 2 offers. They clearly know how difficult it is for a candidate to pass all of the interview process to get another offer. So if you demonstrate that you're in demand, you are signaling to them that you are a very highly sought after candidate and they should be wanting to hire you. So how do you communicate to them that you have another offer? To see the full template and script, click on the links below and access my free template and scripts for job negotiations. This is an example of what you could say. As you know, I'm currently exploring some options and I've received another compelling offer on title and salary as a senior backup dancer. I really want to join Beyonce's dance team because of my passion for her music and the female-focused team culture. However, I'm looking for a title and compensation package that fairly reflects my unique experience in being a backup dancer. I'm sure we can align on a title and compensation package that works for the both of us, as I would love to join the team. Now you might be thinking, Rosie, what if I really can't find another offer? So here's my next tip. Use your current job as leverage. So if you don't have another offer, that's totally okay. Recruiters are trying to get you to leave your current job. And the more you hype up how amazing your current job is, all the benefits, the stability, the promotion opportunities, the growth of your company, the more they know they'll have to fight to get you. So another relevant tip is never shit talk your current job. Don't do it. This is what you should say instead. I really love the culture and the mission of the Beyonce backup dancers. However, I'd be taking a huge risk by joining and leaving my stable industry of insurance. Based on this large risk, I'm looking for a fairer total compensation package close to $120,000. Would this be something your team could meet me at? You can use a second offer and your current job as leverage. Here's a full email example. And you can also feel free to modify this for an over-the-phone script if you're more comfortable with that. Thank you again for answering all my questions over the phone yesterday. I really appreciate the work the team has put into constructing this offer, and I'm excited about the prospect of joining the Beyonce Superstar team. As you know, I'm currently exploring some options, and I've received another offer that's very compelling on title, it's senior manager level, and salary. In addition, I'm nearing a March promotion at Doja Cat Studios to senior manager, given I led a change management transformation on a $12 million product team and I'm overseeing an associate manager. I really love the culture, e-commerce focus, a number of change management projects at Beyonce Superstar, not to mention a dog-friendly office, and I believe it would be a better overall fit for me. I'm sure we can align on a title and compensation package that works for the both of us, as I would love to join the team. Let me know if you're free to discuss this. I'm free after 5 p.m. today and tomorrow from 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you so much. My next tip is specifically for women and people of color. Unfortunately, in reality, there are gender and race stereotypes when it comes to negotiating. Sometimes it seems too aggressive for women to negotiate, and there are ways to work around this. One technique to work around this is to frame your request from a fairness or community point of view. Research shows that women perform better in negotiations when they're advocating for we or a community rather than just for themselves. So Sheryl Sandberg calls this strategy think personally, and act communally. Using the we strategy involves asking for what you want while signaling to the recruiter or negotiator that you're considering things from their perspective and have the interests of the team in mind. So, what are some examples you could say in the think personally, act communally strategy? If you're entry level, you could say something like, I don't know how typical it is for people at my level to negotiate, but I'm hopeful that you'll see my skill at negotiating as something important that I can bring on the job. Another way to phrase for fairness is saying, based on my research and unique experience, I'm looking for a fairer total compensation closer to X amount. So in today's video, we've already covered 5 practical tips you can use in your next job negotiation. The first one is to always negotiate. No exceptions, and it's not a tip, it is a rule. The next one is to never give away your number first. Knowledge is power, and you want to keep all of that power. The third tip is to get multiple offers. Get 2 offers if you can. And the fourth tip, if you can't get any offers, leverage your current position. And the last one, for women and people of color specifically, approach your job negotiation from a fairness point of view. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope these 5 practical tips will help you in your next job negotiation. Once again, don't forget to download my free exact negotiation script down in the links below. Subscribe for more tips and tricks on career development, personal growth, and organization. Bye!